Hey everybody, are you a pumpkin stuck in a jar? I want to explain that concept. I'm the anonymous administrator. I do these audio only podcasts because, quite frankly, I should be able to get everything through to you without having to show you my face. I'm trying to help you break through and become better because it took me 34 and a half years to realize I'm so much more, and you are probably so much more too. Go to newthinkingnewlife.com, visit newthinkingnewlife.com, read some articles if you guys want to, and I have a blog up there that I will fix so it'll be the first thing on my page when you see. I'll fix that for you too. Are you a pumpkin stuck in a jar? Is your jar self-imposed? I am not the person who actually did this idea. Bob Proctor, one of my absolute favorite personal development coaches, is the person who actually did this concept. I heard it the other day and I thought I'd share it with you. So the story goes that a farmer has a pumpkin patch and he notices a pumpkin growing, and he takes a jar and he puts it on top of the pumpkin. And the pumpkin grows only to the size of the jar. And what do you think happens? Does the pumpkin keep growing and break the jar? No, the pumpkin only grows the size of the jar. It's a concept like the Japanese use when they make trees that are bonsai trees. Bonsai is literally just stunting the growth of something. So if you're a bonsai tree or if you're a pumpkin stuck in a jar, wow, are you really limiting yourself that much? And what is your jar? Are you imposing it on yourself, or are you having somebody else impose it on you? So I'm going to give you an example of my life, and I'm blogging about this recently. I work in sales, and I work in a fairly major tourist city, and in my area of sales, we want to have lots of nice people around us to talk to. Now, I was working in an area of this tourist city where I had lots of people who I knew were clearly qualified for my product walking around me that I could just walk up to. It was very easy too because there was no competition near me for the most part. So I was sitting there making my money, doing great, and then when I pushed myself a little further, I made even more money and life was even greater. My money situation improved quite a bit, and then tragedy struck. Not really tragedy, but my whole world became shook up because I needed to move. I really had no choice in the matter. A big construction project was starting, and a person that I really didn't want to deal with was trying to enforce their ridiculousness on me. And since I try to avoid conflict instead of fighting with people now versus when I was younger, I decided to move. And the way that I was looking at the move at first was that of fear and panic and frustration and anger. How dare this person make me have to move? How dare I have to move and I lose my spot and now my income is in jeopardy? And I was upset, I was frustrated, I was mad. And then I realized, after listening to what I just explained to you, that concept, that I was literally putting myself in my own jar, my own self-imposed limitations, where that of being in a comfortable position and wanting to keep my comfortable position at all costs, because the fear of the unknown exists and nobody wants the unknown. Everybody's afraid of it. That's why it's called the fear of unknown. So how do I process this information? How do I look at it differently? Well, I say, look, number one, I was sitting there limiting my potential paycheck as a commission-only salesperson. That's one way to look at it. A second way to look at it is to say that by being so darn comfortable, I never would have really accomplished all of the goals I wanted to. Part of the goals are becoming a better salesperson, becoming the best version of what I'm doing, figuring out, as I said in a previous talk with you, how to add value to what I'm doing to people so I can get paid even more money and bring more value and more pleasure to people that I'm trying to help out. So that's the way I had to look at things. And once I changed my way of looking at things and I changed my paradigm, I realized that by limiting myself and putting these limitations on myself, by staying comfortable, I was only looking to hurt myself and my family in the long run, which may sound absolutely crazy to some people. You'd say, how is it that you went from making 3 times the amount of money on an average weekly check than you did a year beforehand, harming your family? And the answer is, it's not but staying there and getting comfortable in that level of income definitely would in the long run be harming my family, because I would not be exploring my pure absolute potential in life. I hope that makes sense to you. Does it? I hope. So if you guys want to go read my blog, go to newthinkingnewlife.com. I'm going to change the site sometime today, so you guys will see my blog as the first thing that pops up on the screen. So you guys will just be able to read some thoughts that I have. And just be forewarned, guys, it may be something that's foreign to you. The concepts may be something that you've never experienced before, but that's what life is sometimes all about. It's the unfamiliar and keeping an open mind. So if you want to become better, if you want to kick you-know-what in life, and you want to just blast through where you are and explore your true potential, subscribe to my channel. We're going to do a lot more of these talks. And I really want to thank you guys for taking the time out. And I'm the Anon admin. This is newthinkingnewlife.com's podcast. And check me out. Bye-bye.